Teach a man how to fish, and he'll fish for a lifetime. Give a man a fish, and he'll eat for one day. Teach a business owner how to think, and he'll make money for a lifetime. Tell him what to do, and he'll make money just for that specific type of period. So today I want to show you how to think to remove anything that's happening within your business, to get unstuck, to unfuck your business and your life fundamentally, so you could break through, so you could make more money, so you could actually enjoy what life has to offer. Now, this specifically for coaches, for consultants, and for service providers who are selling stuff online. Why? Because when it comes to like brick and mortar businesses, this doesn't pretty much apply 100%. Some of it does. Actually, the majority of it does, but not 100%. If I were to create it for brick and mortar businesses, I would customize it for them. But anyway, who am I? What do I do? My name is Arnold. I own predictableclient.com. Basically, after I sold my company in 2020, which was a performance company, I started consulting people on how to grow their businesses, generate more clients, and well, if they want to sell their company eventually, they're going to sell it. But honestly, why would you? If I would go back, I wouldn't sell it, honestly. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about this pattern that I've seen, which is a lot of us, coaches, consultants, service providers, we deal with the problem of inconsistent clients. Now, once we don't get clients consistently, what happens is that our stripe balance looks like a heartbeat. Literally, it looks like this. So 1 month's up, 1 month down. It's like this roller coaster, feast and famine cycles, if you want to call them. And what happens is when you are in this down cycle over here, it doesn't show, so let's do it in white. When you are in this down cycle over here, you have this like paralyzing fear of failure that just hits you in the gut, and you're like, I need to figure it out. I have to figure it out. And you're always in that cycle of stress relief. And honestly, man, it's not healthy. Fundamentally, it's not healthy for your brain, it's not healthy for your body. I remember when I experienced those cycles, I used to gain weight easily. I used to feel depressed. I lost a couple of relationships in my life, not just like romantic relationships, friendships. I lost a lot of friendships in my life when I was in this kind of desperation cycle, fundamentally. Even though sometimes this gap here, again, let's put the white. This gap here doesn't mean that you're at zero or below zero. Sometimes you're good. You're making $2,000-3,000 a month, but after making $10,000 a month and dropping back down, it's like no. The human mind, the most painful thing for the human mind is not getting something. So some of you might think that not making 10K per month, 15K per month, 20K per month is the problem. The real problem is making them but then losing them. Because once you have something, you know how valuable it is, and then you lose it. It's like someone took away your toy when you were a little kid. So it is very stressful fundamentally. Now, why does that happen usually? Every single problem that you experience on the back end, every single outcome that you experience within your business is usually a result of implementation. There is an implementation gap that's happening. Now, I know what your implementation, I've heard that 100 times. I'm not talking about the implementation of you have to meditate 10 minutes and then sit down to work 12 hours, reach out to 200 people. No, 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 no. Every problem in business generally is just an implementation problem, because let me prove it to you, and I'm going to show you what I mean with implementation. Why does a business hire managers, HR, and they have full departments of managerial positions? Because they want to make sure that the people under the managers perform, and that the managers perform, and that the people above the managers perform. It's always a performance and implementation problem. Every business, if they can perform 100% and implement 100%, they would get the results that they want to get fundamentally. But why is the implementation the problem? So that's the question that we need to ask ourselves, because implementation in itself is an action. That's that, by the way, please understand, like, usually we diagnose, usually we think that, let me put in red, usually we think that this is the problem. Okay? This is not the problem. This is the outcome. So inconsistent clients is not a problem. Inconsistent clients is an outcome. An outcome of what? It should be an outcome of an action. So inconsistent clients should be an outcome of an action. What is the action? It's a problem with implementation. But even implementation is an action. It's not a problem in itself. So what is the real problem? Let's diagnose the real problem. And again, I'm showing you how to think, because once you know how to think, you have control. And once you have control, nothing can stand in your way fundamentally. Again, teach a man how to fish and he'll fish for a lifetime. So implementation, lack of implementation, or fluctuations in implementation is a problem of three things usually, not even usually, 100% of the times. It's a problem of three things and three things only. One is the information. So it's either there is a lack of information, so there's something that you don't know, something that's missing, something that doesn't align with you. Okay? Either there's too much information. So let's talk about the first one. Information. Whenever you sit down and you ask yourself, okay, I'm dealing with this problem over here. Why? Because it's implementation. Why am I not implementing? See the Socratic reasoning, you ask yourself why multiple times. And sorry for this dent in my head here. I don't know where it came from. So anyway, we go back to information. Do I have enough information on the topic so I could go and implement? Do I have access to the information so I could go and implement? Ask yourself this question, simple question. Do I have enough information so I could go and implement? Do I have access to this information so I could go and implement? A lot of times you're going to realize that either you have access to the information or you just don't have enough information. Now, for a small portion of people, and sadly it's growing, the small portion of people, they have access to the wrong information. Because some guru out there came out, read a book, and now they think that they understand business, and they've never ran a business in their life. And now they go out and they preach information, they preach stuff, they share stuff, and you have the wrong information. So it's like you're implementing so much on the wrong information that first, it doesn't get result, but two, you're overwhelmed. It keeps you stuck in your place, and you're like, but look at him, he's getting the results. Why am I not getting the results? And you fall into that loop. If you're falling into that loop, by the way, today I'm not going to tell you how to fix those. I'm going to show you how to think. Cool? When you know how to think, you can go and fix those by yourself. So if you feel that you're falling into that loop where someone is telling you information, you're taking action on this information, but you're not getting the results, you tried, you waited, you stayed consistent, which is a key, staying consistent with the thing, and you're still not getting the results, my friend, I would highly suggest that you find a new source of information, because your old one just doesn't work for you, even if it works for them. Even if something, by the way, works for me, this is why I'm doing this video today, because even if something works for me, that doesn't mean that it works for you. I could share with you a lot of strategies, but I'm not here to share strategies. I'm here to share with you how to think, because how to think will get you to the right strategies, which will get you to the right results. So 1 second, let me take a sip of coffee. Which takes us to step number 2. Let's say you realize that you have the right information, but you have a lot of information. This leaves us in step number 2, which is clarity. Having a lot of information by itself isn't enough. You need to have a process to take this information and to take action on it. NPCL, which is like Predictable Client Leaders, my company, what we're developing right now for our clients, as you can see, is a step-by-step checklist, which is like if you want to gain clarity, you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this. And as soon as you finish it, boom, checklist number one, checklist number two, checklist number two, checklist number four. Everything is finished, everything is checked. So you can make sure that you can take action and you are implementing in the right direction. Because information without clear sequencing, it doesn't make sense. I want you to think about something. Think about a doctor or think about a pilot. A pilot is much easier for all of us. A pilot, before he goes and starts up the plane and just takes you to wherever you want to go, he has like multiple pages of checklists. And every single time, even after 30 years of flying, he opens up this his papers, and he checks 1, 2, 3, and he checks as he's doing it 4, 5, 6. And what I was thinking about once is like, why don't we do that for client generation? So why don't we have a checklist to generate clients? Why don't we have a checklist to make sure that our clients are generating clients fundamentally? Because this is a problem that we fell into. Our processes work very well, but the problem is that we have so many things that the clients are not like, I love that, but I don't know how to piece the puzzle together. So that's what we did for them. As you can see here, we've pieced the puzzle step by step by step by step. And the beauty about having something like that is that you can actually include new modules in it. And when you want to include new modules or implementation sequences, I like to call them, I don't like to call them modules. So when you want to put an implementation sequence within it, okay, you'll know exactly where to put it. Because us, as the teachers, as the coach, as the mentors, we also fall into a problem. As soon as we learn something, we're so excited to give it to our people that sometimes we just put it together, throw it in front of them. And then when we throw it in front of them, they're like, amazing. Where do I put it? Where does it fit in the puzzle? So it will be our job to fit everything into a puzzle. This is why having clarity is so important on how to take action step by step. What is the checklist? What is the first thing that I have to do? What is the second thing that I have to do? What is the third thing that I have to do? What is the fourth thing that I have to do in order to get to where I want to be? And let no one fool you. The person who says like, I can't do that, each one of my clients is different, let no one fool you. I've worked with clients who were making $1,000 per month. I've worked with clients who were making $123,000 per month. Now I don't work with those people. Now I only work with people who are making at least a minimum of $2,000 to $3,000, and they want to go to $10,000 to $15,000. I don't work with the hundreds anymore because they need more operations. But nevertheless, let me digress. I've worked with this big array of people, and every single one of them had common problems that I could solve in a checklist. So let no one tell you that there isn't a process that fits all of my clients. If all of your clients are different, then you have a marketing problem, my friend. Message me, we'll solve it. But that's not the point right now. The point is that you will need to have a proper checklist to take this information that you've collected and put it into action. If you don't have a checklist to take this information to put it into action, what will you have? You will have a problem in implementation, my friend. You will have a problem in implementation because you'll know a lot, but you don't know how to take action on those things, which is the problem with most people. They sit down in front of their computers and they're like, I don't know where to start. This is why you need frameworks. This is why you need checklists. This is why you'll need tools. So for example, here we have tools for the headlines. We have content types. We have content categories. We have conversion content frameworks. We have the master content dashboard. Why is that so important? Because everything has to have a place within your business. Just like the pilot who wants to take you to Hawaii. I don't know where you want to go this summer. Just like the pilot who wants to take you to Hawaii. He needs to go in the plane, check things, make sure that everything is in place, and then you fly. And then once those two things are in place, there's a third thing. Now, this third thing is like the biggest denominator of them all, the biggest sabotager of action of them all and of implementation of them all. This is the thing that breaks the tie every single time with my people and with people generally, fundamentally. And that's identity. Sometimes, not sometimes, there's something called the Jonah complex. The Jonah complex, in a very simple term, it's like something in you that doesn't want you to succeed because it enjoys the pain that you're experiencing. It enjoys the failure that you're experiencing. It really enjoys and it feels at ease in those low cycles. Okay? Because it's used to that, it's used to the familiarity of it. And what happens is, this is, by the way, a picture that a client sent me. What happens is that you literally put a stick in your own wheel. You sabotage yourself. You stand in your own way. So here's the story, actually, a pretty cool one. A while ago, I had a client on a call, on a group call. Okay, this client is like new to our ecosystem, new to predictable client leaders, and he was like, Arnold, a week before it, I gave him exactly like his messaging, what he needs to follow, how he needs to present himself online, and everything. Like he had everything clearly, and I gave it to him. And then he came on the call a week later. He was like, Arnold, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. And you can. He sat down like this, and Arnold, like, I don't have clarity. Like, I don't know who to speak with. And I told him, like, last week, I literally gave you. He said, yeah, Arnold, yeah, I know, but. And I was like, wait, so didn't you follow, like, the clarity matrix? Like, by the way, guys, if you follow the clarity matrix, there is no fucking way that you won't have clarity. Like, I've built this entire process for you to have clarity, immense clarity. He was like, yeah, but. And I looked at him and I was like, do you really have a problem with clarity and identifying who your people are? Or you just don't want to commit to one type of people? And he looked at me in the face. He was like, you're right. And then after he said that, by the way, this is not like me bashing him. I'm telling you this story so you could like understand how our identity stops us sometimes, even if there's nothing. I love the guy. I love him. But and then he was like, but Arnold, I really think that I want to work with business owners. I told him, great. Do you understand business owners? He was like, yeah, they want to make more money. I told him, you are a mindset coach. How did you come with the conclusion that business owners want to make more money? He said, yeah, but like all business owners want to make more money, and it's easy to promise them that. I told him, great. What do you know about making them money? It's like, I will help them gain more confidence. I told him, do they really need more confidence? We looked back at his data, nothing. Now, if I wasn't there, what would he have done? He would have gone, he would have his identity, his mind would have played the game, and it would have been like, oh yeah, go implement and go speak to business owners, help them make more money. He wouldn't have gotten the results, of course, because he doesn't understand that game. He understands mindset. He's been doing it for 20 years. And what would have happened? His mind would have told him, okay, so if this didn't work, let's go and try to change the niche. Rather than speaking with business owners, let's speak with busy professionals. And again and again and again and again, and your identity will keep on sabotaging you, and your identity will keep on standing in your way, and your identity will keep on stopping you without you knowing how to deal with it, without you knowing how to move away from it, without you knowing how to stop standing in your own way. So those are the three things that sabotage the implementation. And if the implementation has been sabotaged, those are the results, and mainly every problem. So if you are experiencing other problems within your business, other problems than those over here, most probably you have an implementation problem, and most probably you have one of those three problems over here. Now, for the identity, I have another video on my YouTube channel. By the way, like, I'm new to posting on YouTube, so You can just scroll a couple of videos and you'll find it. It's called How to Reprogram Your Mind. It will help you with the identity piece. And I have another video too, which also will help you with the identity piece. If you have problem with the information and with the clarity, what I would suggest is down below, there's a link. Click on it and subscribe to my newsletter. Every day I send an email to help you gain clarity. So what piece of the puzzle fits where, or to give you the right type of information that's been tested for myself, for my clients, and has been proven to work in multiple niches. I take that and I give it to you rather than taking just a general piece of advice and giving it to you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you for being here. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments down below.